What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today is December the 18th. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and what big money is doing today. Before we get into any of that though, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So as far as data points, the only thing that's really on everyone's mind is going to be the interest rate decision, but more specifically what's stated after. So I think everyone's in agreement that there is going to be that 25 basis point cut. But again, what Powell says afterwards, that's going to really move the broader market. Market seems to be rather optimistic today, which is kind of funny because the reason why we had such a red day yesterday was fears in regards to today. But that's how logical the market is sometimes. NASDAQ is up 0.16, S&P up 0.26, and Dow is up 0.36. Fear and greed index did pull back to the neutral category, so people's appetite for risk isn't necessarily on the table, but I feel given what's happening in the broader market, now there's a lot more stocks just running up based on speculation or news from previous days. So this one, I don't know, if anything, I would feel that even though it's portraying neutral, people are acting as though it's still very under the greed or even extreme greed. So that's just my viewpoint. But getting right to it, SOFI is up 1.32% despite the insiders selling yesterday. So you had some insiders, a lot of the directors, and that's just because of the impending blackout. It wasn't necessarily just with SOFI, but a couple other stocks even that I do cover, SoundHound, Palantir, both had insiders selling, and again, that's blackout in roughly, was it 2 weeks or a week and a half? So they're just trying to put it in. No actual news associated to SOFI today, no SEC filings. Shorts right now going into today, 12.54%. Over the last couple trading days, they have started to increase a little bit, so kind of breaking their overall trend, but still nothing significant to worry about in my opinion. As far as right now with that 1688, it is trading between this R3 and this R2, so 1679 will be a strong support that you'll want to watch for it to hold today. Flip side, 1730 is going to be that target and essentially a new 52-week high for SOFI. So pretty good stuff. Moving on, RGTI. So this stock has been absolutely insane, and this is a very good example that's been piggybacking off of previous news. Nothing really coming out today to justify the abnormal volume or it being up 4.04%. But I actually started to look at this company a little bit deeper yesterday. Honestly, if you physically own the stock and you still do believe there's a lot more upside, yeah, you can always sell puts on it and you can make some pretty good money just based on that alone. Like I said, the market makers are anticipating a hell of a lot of volatility, especially so I think based on the options, there is a good consensus for it to be above roughly, I think around $16-17. So yeah, a lot more upside is anticipated. It's somewhat heavily shorted, so 15.71% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 39.45 million shares overall are being shorted. If you're looking at trading it, honestly, it's above every single fib level. So 1146 will be a strong support that you'll just want to watch for it to hold. So kind of just take note of that. Moving on, OKLO. So they did put out this news this morning saying that they formed a strategic partnership, or relationship to deploy 12 gigawatts of advanced nuclear power. So I think this got a lot of popularity recently because of just people starting to think of AI and the strain that is going to encumber on the current system. So yeah, I think this is somewhat justified. It's always struggled around that $23 range, so kind of just take note of that. Very heavily shorted, so 26.77% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 15.56 million shares. Shorts have started to really get back in on this company after they lost their assets for the most part. So low of 15.36 in November. End of November, so they have started to really get back in significantly. With at 2142 though, it is trading between this pivot and this S1, so 2287 is going to be that next strong resistance / target, followed by 2685. So if they do continue their good momentum and push above this pivot point right here, then yeah, you could see easily 26 or possibly even higher. But yeah, definitely another one of those stocks that is not really matching with this right here. But aside from that, moving on, ticker NUKK up 35.94%. The only thing that really came out, they put out right over here yesterday during the day, saying that they are correcting some news. So it looks like they did take a controlling stake in Star 26 Capital, a defense acquisition company holding 95% ownership in Rimmen, if I'm saying that right. But nonetheless, no actual news today, so it's piggybacking off of yesterday's, which caused it to go up 754.68%. So very, very impressive stuff. As far as shorts though, they did similarly just get in like crazy. Don't believe it was a justified run. 14.82% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 175.55 thousand shares overall are being shorted. So that's kind of what the market likes to squeeze, somewhat heavily shorted stocks with a low float. So again, I'm sure that is kind of appealing to a lot of retail investors, squeeze play and stuff like that. With it at 1604, trading between or right below this S1. So 1664 in theory is going to be that next strong resistance. If it is able to get above that, then sky's the limit with this stock, especially based on the capital that's getting in this morning. And then moving on from here, last but not least, ticker is RZLV, so Resolve AI Limited. So they did put out news on the 17th, and it's been pretty much coasting based on that information. Or sorry, not 17th, December the 12th. And it just shows that they're aligning with planned Department of Government Efficiency, so DOGE. And so when I read this, I immediately thought of like DJT. So in my opinion, I think this is just going to be more of a meme aspect. So if so, just tread with caution because it has gone up quite a lot over the last little bit. So 50% in the last 5 days, over the last 1 month, 16.69. So once again, you can make money. A lot of people made a ton of money with DJT, but is it justified? I would say not really. But once again, based on all of this though, it's not heavily shorted. So 1.23% of the free float is being shorted. Shorts have definitely started to get back in, so they do not feel that this recent run is justified, so they've been really doubling down. Right now with that $3.81, it is trading between this R1 and the pivot, so 286 will be a strong support that you want to watch for. 414, 492, and then 619 are going to be the following resistance / targets. So especially with DJT, a lot of people were very doubtful at the very beginning, and it went up like insane. So once again, given the news and just the relevance of Doge and how that's going to be really kicked off in roughly around a month or so, this stock could definitely be one to add to your watch list that could go up quite significantly. So let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. What stocks are you watching today? So throw some tickers in the description below. And then one final thing, I did launch a Patreon where I'm giving buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolute bangers, so pop over there and take a look. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.